My name is Justin Oakley. I'm the owner and operator of Oakley Home Access. We are a full-service home modification company. Our core values are fall prevention, increasing accessibility, and facilitating aging in place. So we work with a lot of healthcare professionals and senior communities to try and keep people safe at home. So it comes with a wide variety of adaptive equipment and products that can help people with simple things around the house. Our two main items that we do to increase accessibility in the home is our stair lifts and then modular ramp systems, aluminum modular ramp systems. Now those are larger items, and you can check out our website on oakleyhomeaccess.com to see all about that. But for today, I have a lot of the smaller equipment that really goes a long way to help keep people safe while they're doing their activities of daily living. Toileting, bathing, getting dressed, things like that around the house. So first of all, I'm partnered with a contractor. So after I make all the recommendations in the home, the individuals are able to collaborate with us and their healthcare professionals and their families and decide the best solutions to move forward with. At that time, my partner Michael is able to install all these products and the ramps and the stair lifts and the grab bars. So that's kind of what separates us apart, is that we have the occupational therapy and contractor partnership to make this business work. So working in the skilled nursing homes for a number of years locally here, I found a big need in the community for grab bars in individuals' showers when they're returning home after an injury or an illness. So our main grab bar that we use is this Moen stainless steel grab bar with a nice peened grip. Now you'll notice that you're not going to see any screw holes or any drill marks, and it has a nice peened grip, a little bit of texture. So in these slippery conditions, when it's wet and soapy, you have something to really grasp onto. Now, we love having a grab bar positioned vertically at the shower or tub, so when the individual is stepping up and into the shower, they have something to hold on to. At that point, we like a second point of contact as well on the inside wall of the shower or the tub that they're able to use as a second point of contact. Now we have a wide variety of grab bars. These are our standard ones. We also have a little more fancier ones with knurled grips and just a little fancier finish for some folks that want the designer look. And then we also have white that can match some of the finishes on the inside. We're a little wary about white though, however, because a lot of finishes, surrounds are white. So a lot of times we'd like visual contrast whenever possible. So generally we're sticking with the stainless steel with the peened grip. Now, once we get into the shower, there's a lot of other things that can keep us very safe. If individuals are suffering from a hip fracture or possibly a CVA or a traumatic brain injury, a lot of times stepping over that tub wall is one of the more dangerous things they're going to do in a day. So this is one of the greatest inventions I've ever seen as an occupational therapist. Many years ago when I began OT, I was just so thrilled when I came across this product because it just eliminates that very dangerous step in and out of the shower. So I'm going to simulate kind of how it works right now. Let's just pretend this is your standard 15.5-inch tub wall or so, which is a big barrier to step up and over to get into your shower. So say an individual is using a walker or even a wheelchair, they're going to approach the bench here, and they can leave their device, and then they're going to just sit right down here. Now this is when we like to have, a vertical grab bar right here, right outside the shower, or inside the shower to reach for. But so now they're sitting safely, and they're able to simply lift their legs up and over this tub wall, and then pull themselves in. And then voila, you're in the tub safely, and you're not doing the most dangerous thing that you do, is up and down and out, and then when they're all wet on the end of the shower, it's even more dangerous on the way out. So exiting, they're able to simply shift over a little bit, lift their legs up and over, and then their device is waiting for them, ready to go. And of course we have a grab bar here to help them up. So that's how this device goes a really long way in the shower. And then a lot of folks end up, graduating from this. Once they're able to step up and over, usually they're doing a flight of stairs or so, that becomes safe. to be able to step over that with the proper grab bar placement. And then they can upgrade to a simple shower chair. Once they are in the shower with this bench, we're always going to recommend a mobile shower head setup. Now this is going to give the individual the ability to, and we always complement it with a little cradle that's going to hold that, so you can position that around like the mixing valve height. So what that's going to allow is the individual to reach the shower head, change all the settings, do their business, put it back. They can pause it if they want. If there's a caregiver situation, they're going to love the mobile shower head because they're going to be able to pause it. They're not going to have to shut the mixing valve off to adjust anything. And then they'll have all different settings and they can do their business, and then they won't get wet, which is often the case with a fixed shower head. So that's the mobile shower heads. Other things we have for the bathroom, toilet safety rails. Now with these, you're able to attach it to the back seat of the toilet, and you're able to still sit on your toilet seat, but you just have railings. A lot of times out there in the medical supply stores, you'll see over-the-toilet commodes. Those are great, however, they do have the long legs that go to the ground, so you have to be careful that they can cause a bit of a tripping hazard. And sometimes there's not space for that, so these go a long way. If the individual is taller and they may have just had a knee or hip surgery and they're having difficulty standing up from the toilet, a lot of folks have the old school standard height toilets. They're about 14 inches high. It's kind of like sitting on the floor. Getting up from that can be very difficult, so raising it 3.5 inches is often a nice solution. With this, again, we're using the same bolt holes that the toilet seat is on, and then we're able to put this in between the toilet seat and the bowl. So you're still able to sit on your own toilet seat, and then this, for nice cleaning, this has a nice hinge so you can clean the area nicely. Oh, back to the shower briefly. If we do a tub transfer bench, a lot of times we install a curved shower curtain rod, which is going to give a little bit more elbow room when we're utilizing this. That brings me to one of the biggest dangers in the bathroom, which makes it so you can't use one of those sliding glass shower doors, or the swinging glass shower doors. Those are incredibly dangerous for a few reasons. First of all, they generally have handles or little grab bars on them, so it gives you a false sense of security. Individuals go to grasp onto that for stability, and then I always say they go for a ride that they don't want to be on. It's dynamic. It moves with them when they're bracing themselves on it. Also, it breaks down access. If an individual is in a caregiver situation and the CNA or loved one is trying to help out in there, these glass doors are just in the way, and it's just more to manage, and it presents more of a fall risk than anything. So we often do a service where we are able to remove those, remove the framework, and install a nice shower rod with 100% polyester curtain. Now those aren't going to rot like the plastic ones, or get moldy like the plastic ones that we all grew up with, that kind of have the harmful vapors. 100% polyester, the water is going to wick right off of it, they're waterproof. You can simply put them in the wash every month or so as opposed to throwing them away. So that's a good tip and things that we offer. As we move from the bathroom and we want to address, let's say, the living room or kitchen or just general areas where the individual is seated throughout the day, whether it's a sofa or a chair that they love a lot, there's two main things that we do very often. First is this, what's called an Abletrade or an Assist-A-Tray. Now I'm just going to pull up a standard chair here and kind of demonstrate how this works, how this individual is doing it now. It's supported by the weight of the chair, so there's 2 feet that go underneath the chair. And it has a nice little grab handle here. So this individual isn't going to be pushing off the soft armrest here. They're going to have a nice grab bar type feature to push off from and also ease down from. Now oftentimes in occupational therapy and healthcare, when we're looking at home safety and we're having folks transition home when they're using maybe a walker or a wheelchair, we're encouraging them to clear the space as much as possible, clear the walkways, clear the pathways. So oftentimes that involves removing a coffee table, which oftentimes folks eat their meals on, or do crossword puzzles or something on. So this tray is really nice because it's able to swivel out of the way, and then once they're sit down and situated, it can swivel right in front of them, and they can do anything they need to do. So individuals love that when there's healthcare professionals telling them they need to remove their favorite tables and coffee tables. So another piece of equipment we have for next to any surface where you're going to be standing up from, whether it be your favorite chair or a sofa, is a floor-to-ceiling pull. This one has a nice padded grip, and it's tension-based, so we don't have to necessarily drill into your ceiling or drill into the floor. As long as the individual is less than about 300 pounds, we're able to 9 times out of 10 just secure it with heavy-duty tension, and it doesn't go anywhere. This is nice because they can grab it at any height and pull themselves up if they need to. We also have models that have curved grab bars coming off of them that actually pivot on a 45-degree angle. That's usually when we can't position this exactly where we need it because of a table or something like that. We can extend it a little further out. So this goes a long way for helping with transfers, functional transfers, up and down from any surface. Move this out of the way. Now over here we have just some miscellaneous things for around the house. These are called grate grips. They go on the door handles, and essentially they're the opposite of making them kiddie-proof. So they're the exact opposite from what I'd like to have at my house with the 3-year-old running around. So essentially it makes it so you put this little piece of plastic over the door handle, and you're able to open the door handle with just a single finger. Oftentimes we're recommending folks replace their standard door handles if they're suffering from arthritis with lever handles, but this is a very affordable alternative to replacing the door handles. This is simple corner protection that we use at my house for my child to protect the furniture. However, goes a long way on different corners of furniture when an individual may be using their walker to get through to the bathroom, and it can really prevent a skin tear, which oftentimes in the elderly community is going to cause a hospitalization, a little skin tear. So this is a really nice little feature we do. Also, on any stairs on the inside of the home, we like to use 1 1/4 pine handrails, bilateral when possible. The 1 1/4 is nice because it's graspable. It's just like our grab bars, you can get your whole hand around it. And the last thing we have for you today is one of my favorite items. Is called the handy bar. Now this is actually used in the individual's vehicle, whether they're the passenger or the driver, and we consider the vehicle an extension of their home, so we still address it. And essentially this creates an armrest on the vehicle to help for standing up in the vehicle. So you can see here, this individual is putting it right in, it's called the little strike box on the inside of the door that you'd never see, but what it does is it accepts the door and it locks the door when you shut the door. So you can simply, when you're going up to the door is open, you're coming in here, put that in the little spot, and you're easing down. And then even more important is getting out from a really low surface. You have this right in the door, take it out, put it in the box, and help stand right up, and then you can just put it right back in the vehicle anywhere. Also has a blade to cut a seat belt or a blade to break the windshield in an event of an emergency. You'll never use it for those two things, but you'll use it for helping up and down, in and out of the car every day. So this is a nice little feature. A lot of times we just give folks these at the end of a big job just to help them out in the community a little bit. Last thing you'll see here is just a little narrow grab bar. A lot of times in the doorways for that final step to enter the house, we always put railings up and down the entrance steps, whether they be vinyl or aluminum or wooden railings. But oftentimes so forgotten is that final step to enter where there's no railings. So we're able to put this between most door frames, between the storm door, between the main door. This is able to fit right in there, be able to help with that final step up and the final step down. So, in addition to the sliding glass door and the screen glass door, there's two more big no-nos that I find in houses a lot that can really cause a lot of falls and be a real danger with mobility. The first one is suction grab bars. You walk into a lot of homes and there'll be a suction grab bar and the individual will say, well, yeah, I already have grab bars where I need them. And they have a couple suction grab bars. And then you do a functional assessment and then one of them's undone and the other one is ready to go undone. And they literally say on there, do not use for weight bearing. So in my mind, what are they good for? They're good for holding a little washcloth. That's about it in my opinion. So we like to replace those, of course, with the stainless steel grab bars whenever possible. Now, also want to touch on something else throughout the home that's a big danger. We also like them eliminated whenever possible, is area rugs or scatter rugs. Now, the first thing I do when I walk into a home, usually I see a sea of area rugs, so I like to address them each individually. So I go up to a rug and I give it the slip test. And 9 times out of 10, I go like this and the whole rug comes with me up off the ground. So, solution for that, the best solution in my mind is to eliminate it. Roll it up, remove it. We've even gone outside the box and people have loved their Oriental rugs so much that we've gone as far as hanging them up on the wall for individuals because they could not part with them so much. And that's fine. I'd rather them up on the wall than on the ground to be a trip hazard. Also, as you get the higher rugs, when you're utilizing a walker, that's going to be a trip hazard because those wheels on the bottom of the walker are going to get caught up on that, or your foot's going to get caught up on it, and it can be a real trip hazard. So double-sided tape does exist. There is the non-slip mats that some folks put under the rugs, but 10 times out of 10 it's going to be safer just to remove them and get them out of the way whenever possible. So that's pretty much everything I have here today. I'm happy to talk more about it at any time. You can see a lot of this stuff in action on our website as well, oakleyhomeaccess.com. Thanks for having me.